In this video, we'll continue from line 150. Okay. Now, Prospero has just comforted or tried to console Alonso, the king of Naples, by saying that he has also been through a similar loss, and that he has lost his daughter. Do you think he has actually lost his daughter? Although he is aware, Prospero is aware, he knows the whole truth. He is aware that Ferdinand is not dead, but still he does not let it go too easily. He does not, he does not open up too fast. Okay, but Prospero, of course, he's actually going through a loss, or he has also gone through a loss. That means how? It's a permanent loss for a father. And now that Miranda is engaged to Ferdinand, okay, it is a loss for Prospero. Okay, Prospero will be losing Miranda in marriage to Ferdinand. That is what it means. Remember that it is a permanent loss for father, and Prospero loves his daughter very much. Miranda is called the filament of his life. All right, is the thread of his life. That's how we have to see. Now Alonso gets surprised. A daughter? Now, this generally happens, okay? It's just a supposed loss from both the ends. Alonso is not sure, but he just believes that he has lost his son. On the other hand, he's on one hand, Prospero is doing to console him, okay? He's lying, but on the other hand, if you metaphorically see it, yeah, it's a loss to him, because now that he is giving his daughter in marriage to Ferdinand. But if we see the other way around, like in a very local way, okay, just let's have the local way of thought, and you can see, like, there are two families, okay, without any blood ties. There's no relationship. It's just different families. Okay, now son is lost, okay, and then there is supposed loss of the daughter also in two families. What do we generally think? We assume that maybe they might have got hitched, or maybe they might have run away or fallen in love. Maybe they might be together. This is a very general thought that creeps in our mind, isn't it? So similarly here also, when Alonso hears that Prospero has lost his daughter and he has lost his son, so what does he say? He says, "Oh heavens, oh God, that they were living both in Naples, the king and the queen there." Underline king and the queen there. Oh God, oh heavens, I wish my son and the king's daughter and Prospero's daughter were living together as king and queen of Naples. They were reigning the kingdom of Naples. This is a dramatic irony. Now, what is a dramatic irony? It is something that the audience knows, but the characters do not. Okay. As audience, we already know that they are actually going to be the king and the queen of Naples. Okay, but Alonso does not know about this. So his prayer also gets granted. All right, he's praying to God to save his daughter and to save Prospero's daughter and Ferdinand, and rather he wants them to be the king and queen. So yeah, this is granted. That they were, I wish myself were murdered in that oozy bed where my son lies. Now he wishes, okay, he says he regrets, and he says that, I wish I were dead instead of my son. I wish I were lying buried at the muddy bottom of the sea. Okay, now where my son is lying, I wish instead of him, I wish it were me who were lying dead. And what does he wish? He wishes that his son and Prospero's daughter were instead ruling the throne of Naples. Instead, lying buried or lying dead at the muddy bottom of the sea. All right. So, like, like many old people, they say, no, when they have to face or confront with the death of their young son and daughter, they say, I wish I were dead. I were dead, since I've already become old. I've already lived my life. But such a young chap, she was so young. Instead of my daughter, why didn't I die? Or such things. No, this is the thing that Alonso is saying. That what Alonso means. When did you lose your daughter? He asks Prospero. Now Prospero answers, in the last tempest. I lost my daughter in the recent tempest. Now, I perceive these lords refer to Adrian, Francisco, Antonio, Sebastian. At this encounter do so much admire that they devour their reason and scarce think their eyes do offices of truth, their words are natural breath. Means Prospero notices that the lords, the lords are very astonished and they are very, very shocked. Okay, and then he says that, I see that your lords, they have lost their mind. They have lost their reason and thinking skills. Okay, and then they are not able to believe what they are seeing with their own eyes. Neither are they being able to believe the words that's coming out of their own mouth. I see that they are, their sense of reason and their understanding have completely gone, have completely lost. They have lost their minds. That is what he says. Because they are still in this is completely an unexpected encounter, okay, between the noble party and then and the duke, the former duke. Okay, so that is why they are shocked. Okay, when they are shocked, then Prospero notices that. Okay, and then they say that, why are they not able to believe what they are seeing and then with their own eyes? And the words that they are speaking out also from their own mouth also, they're not being able to believe their own selves. They also seem to be in a grip of insanity. Alright. And then he says, but howsoever you have been jostled from your senses, know for certain that I am Prospero. Underline this again. He is asserting his possession, and he's pricking them with the deeds, and that very duke which was thrust forth of Milan. Okay, it does not matter even if they have lost their senses, but I am here to still assure you, to still tell you that I am no other than Prospero, the former Duke of Milan, who had been banished, who had been thrown away, okay, who had been kicked out of my dukedom, who had been kicked off from Milan 12 years ago. But I'm still that person who had been crushed, who had been pushed, who had been driven away from Milan 12 years ago, who mostly upon this shore were you wrecked, was landed to be the Lord on it. Underline the Lord of it. Remember that he is the Lord of this island. He is the king of this island. He has lost the dukedom of Milan, but he has regained, or he has gained the island from Caliban. Okay, and he says that, and the most strangest, and it is, of course it is the most strange thing that has happened, because I have landed on the same shore that you people have landed, and not just that, I am the Lord of this island. The most strange thing is that I have landed on the same shore on which your ship is wrecked, and I am the Lord of this island. It's a strange meeting. Definitely it is strange. It is a strange encounter. Okay. And then to be the Lord of it also means that now that everybody, all of them are under his control. Master and slave. Alright. Remember that Prospero remains as the master throughout the play. Be it in Milan or be it after Milan also. because he controls the spirits, and then through the help of Ariel, the spirit Ariel, he also controls, who does it control? The other enemies. Okay, so everybody does come under full control of Prospero. So now see, no more yet of this, for it is a chronicle of day by day, not a relation for a breakfast. Now he says, okay, since you want me to tell the story of my preservation, of how I came here. But remember that it is a long story. It is a story of 12 years. Okay? And it cannot be told in a single day. It cannot be told at a breakfast table. Breakfast means breakfast time. We do not have a lot of time to spend with our family members in breakfast, isn't it? At the breakfast table. It's usually maybe at lunch, dinner or something. But he says that it's not a brief story. It's a story of 12 years. So let me postpone this to some other meeting. Okay? It requires a lot of time. And it does not look nice. Okay? It is not suitable to talk about such a thing, to talk about all these things in our first meeting. It's not decent, it's not nice. All right, so he says, nor befitting the first meeting, nor is it suitable for the first meeting, nor is it good to talk about this in our first meeting. Welcome, sir. He welcomes them, Alonso and others, to his cell. This sells my court. This sells it my court. He has a very modest means to give him a reception. Obviously, he receives them with a very welcoming heart. He welcomes them with all his heart, but he does it in a very modest manner. He says that, now see, unlike his kingdom in Milan or unlike Alonso's kingdom in Naples, he does not have anything of that sort here. He does not have a court here. It is true that he is the king of the island. Okay, but his cell is his cave itself is the cell. His cave itself is the house, is his house. His cell itself is his court. So he says, welcome to my court. Okay. Here have I few attendants. Because, welcome to my court, because he said that he was a lord. So when a lord always has a court. Okay, mostly has a court. So he says, here I have few attendants and subjects, none abroad. Unlike King Alonso, okay, I do not have my subjects abroad. I just have a few spirits who are my servants. Okay, that's it. So, but yet I still welcome you. Although I cannot give you a grand reception, but still I welcome you with all my heart. Pray you look in my dukedom, since you have given me again. I will requite you with as a good thing. At least brings forth a wonder to content you as much as my dukedom. Underline this is also important. It shows that Prospero is a power-hungry man. Okay, it shows that Prospero, he is actually he is hungry for he's hungry for power, or he does want to get his dukedom very badly. Okay, he wanted to get the dukedom badly, and now that he has got his dukedom, what does he say? He says that I have my servants, but I do not have my subjects abroad. And this is my court, this is my cell, this is my house, this is my everything. Okay, but I welcome you. And he says that, please come in and look into, look into it properly. He says, since you have given me my dukedom, which has pleased me very much, which has made me very happy, I would also like to give you something in return, which will make you equally happy. Okay. For what you have given to me, that is the dukedom, I will reward you with something which is of the of the equal kind. I will reward you with something of the equal kind. Okay, this will also please you it'll please you very much. You'll be very greatly surprised and happy to receive this. Okay, just like, now look at him, he's very he every time we get to know that his thirst and his lust for power is there, is ingrained in him. He says, just like this kingdom has, the restoration of this kingdom has pleased me so much, in a similar manner, I am going to perform a miracle for you which will please you equally. And what is that? Now see, here Prospero discovers Ferdinand and Miranda playing chess. That means they are lovers. Okay, Ferdinand cannot get rid of Miranda. Alright, and so is Miranda. And then they draw back the curtain, and as he draw back the curtain, Ferdinand and Miranda are seen to be playing chess. The game of chess is a metaphor. Is a metaphor. It's a way to trap the king. And who's the king here? The king is King Alonso. Okay. And then it is said that by many critics that it's just a pretension, it's like they're just pretending to play chess, but in reality they are actually engaged in a very in the conversation of lovers. Okay. Now Miranda, sweet lord, you play me false. Sweet lord, you are cheating me. Ferdinand says, no, my dearest love, I would not for the world. I would never cheat you for anybody else in this world. Why would I cheat you? No, never going to do that. Miranda, yes, for a score of kingdom you should wrangle. Wrangle means to contradict. And I would call it a fair play. Unconsciously or consciously, we also see that there is thirst for power in Miranda. Okay, though it is not very explicit, but we can dig more into it and then we can understand. What does she say? No, you can contradict your statement. I know you will never do this, but you can go against your statement. Now, what was his statement? His statement was that he would never cheat Miranda for anybody in this world. But she says, you can go against what you have said, and I will not mind. Why will I not mind? Because if you are cheating me for a larger geographical area, for a larger territory, or for 20 kingdoms, that means 20 kingdoms, 20 means very powerful, isn't it? It's like for power and for influence, then even if if you deceive me, I will not feel deceived. I will still support you and tell you that you have done the right thing. Okay, that is what it means. It does not matter. You deceiving me will not matter to me. I will still consider you and still say that you are right. As long as it is something gainful. As long as it is about 20 kingdoms. Now, Alonso says, if this prove a vision of this island, one dear son shall I twice lose. If this is just a dream, if this is just an illusion, okay, if this is just a spirit then I will be losing one son of mine twice. Okay, one son means Ferdinand, 2 times he will be losing. How will he be losing? First is, now, the first pain that he had, of losing his son, and now again, the same pain which is now, it's a flashback, isn't it? The pain is again welling up. It's again swelling up. It's like he'll have to be painful twice. He was getting a little rid of that pain, but again that will again come back to him. Okay, and another one, what more importantly than the pain, it means, he will miss or lose Ferdinand twice. That is in real, and then the second one is illusionary vision, and his illusionary vision. Okay, the illusionary vision of Ferdinand. And the real vision and the real Ferdinand is referred to as missing Ferdinand twice. Sebastian, a most high miracle. I mean, he says it's a wonderful miracle to see that Ferdinand is still alive. Now, Ferdinand sees Alonso and the others. Though the sea threatens, they are merciful. I have cursed them without cause. Then, when he sees his father alive, he realizes that the threatening sea is still merciful. Okay, although the sea was very threatening, Ferdinand thought that he had lost his father. Okay, but now he says that I cursed the sea for nothing, because the sea has not been devoid of mercy. The sea has still given, has still preserved I'm glad to know that the sea has preserved my father. So it was merciful. I shouldn't have cursed the sea. Alonso. Now he kneels. Kneeling means to bow. Okay, that is to like folding hands. It is done as a mark of respect. Alonso says, "Now all the blessings of a glad father compass thee about." Now may all the blessings of a glad father surround you. Okay. Now glad father is relieved. He is very happy that his son is alive. "Arise and say how thou camest here." Okay, please get up and tell me, how did you come here? To which Miranda, remember that Miranda is never exposed to the human world. She's been living on this island for 12 years, and now what is her age? She's 15 years, isn't it? And she came from Milan at 3 years, and now 12 years. It makes it 15. So the only person she has lived is her father Prospero, and the spirits. Besides spirits, it's the half beast Caliban, well, half human or half beast. And it has not been much that she has seen Ferdinand too. It's just been 3 hours. Okay, before 3 hours, she had known only her father and Caliban. So now she is awestruck. Okay, and then she says, "Oh wonder, how many godly creatures are there here? How beauteous mankind is! Oh brave world, that such people in it." This is a very important speech. Please, you might get it for reference to the context. Okay, so he says, now see, Miranda has lived majority of her life in isolation. Okay, she's isolated from the society. So when she sees abundance of people, okay, for the first time, what happens? She expresses her genuine feeling, okay, her genuine desire and excitement for meeting more of humanity, for meeting more of human beings. Okay, this is a genuine interest. And then she is very innocent. It also shows her innocence and naivety. Okay, simplicity, which is untouched, which is very untainted simplicity. Okay, and then the island, her isolation, and this island has protected her from the mistakes of humanity. That is why she is able to see human beings as beautiful. She considers human beings as beautiful mankind. She considers mankind as beautiful, and he says, "Oh brave new world." Her innocent outlook towards humanity is an expression of her excitement to meet more of humankind, to meet or to be with more of human beings. That means she is ready for the world. She is ready for the human world. And as it is, yeah, she is going to be a part of this, world after getting married with Ferdinand. Okay, please remember that it shows that she is protected. The island and her isolation has protected her to see only the brighter side of human beings, and she has not seen any negative side. Okay, and then Prospero, "It's new to thee." He simply replies, "Yeah, it is new to you. So you've never been exposed." So yeah, Alonso, "What is this maid with whom thou wast at play? Who is she?" Who is this maid here does not refer to a servant, it refers to maiden. Okay, an unmarried lady, woman, or a girl is known as a maiden. Who is this maiden with whom you are playing? "Your eldest acquaintance cannot be 3 hours." That means you cannot be acquainted with her for more than 3 hours, because it is just 3 hours that the ship is wrecked. It's just been 3 hours. Okay, and then he had never seen this part of the island. So your relationship with the maiden cannot be more than 3 hours. "Is she the goddess that hath severed us and brought us thus together?" Now he is surprised to see such a beautiful maiden. Okay, Miranda is very, very, very beautiful. She's exquisitely beautiful. So he says, is she the goddess who had separated us and again who brought us together? Is she the one? And then to which Ferdinand replies, sir, she is mortal. No, sir, she is not a goddess. She is a mortal being. She is a human being made of blood and flesh, just like you and me. But by immortal providence, she is mine. But immortal providence means by the mercy of God, by the grace of God, by the grace of immortal God. Okay? But by the grace of God, she has promised to be mine. She has promised to be my wife. I chose her when I could not ask my father for his advice, nor I thought I had one. Now he is being apologetic, okay, because he had to take decision on his own, and he says that I chose her because I could not find my father, and he says, and moreover, I thought that my father had not survived. I thought that my father was dead. So Ferdinand is a very nice person. He is a very gentle, very loving, very caring and very respectful person. He is the one who pays respect to others. So here also he is actually being apologetic towards his father by saying that I'm so sorry, father, that I took the decision on my own without your consent. But it was not my fault also. I thought that I had lost you to the sea. She is the daughter of this famous Duke of Milan, of whom so often I have heard renown, but never saw before. Who is she? She is none other than Prospero's daughter. I had heard about Prospero as the famous Duke of Milan, but I had never got a chance to see him. Okay? And then, of whom I have received a second life. Underline this, very important. Now, Ferdinand acknowledges that Prospero has given him a new life, has given him a second chance to live. Okay, and that is why, and second father this lady makes him to me. And by the virtue of this lady's, by the virtue of marriage, by the virtue through Miranda, she becomes my second father. Okay, and he is the one who has given me a second life. But he also does not know that it was all Prospero's plan. Prospero had charmed him to fall in love with him so that he can elevate his daughter's position, isn't it, in the society? And here we see that daughter is elevated, and also that he wanted to strengthen his ties with the king of Naples, and that is also done. Now he has got his dukedom. Everything is coming, everything is coming to a happy, it's making way to a happy ending, isn't it? So this lady makes mine to him. That means I have already chosen her. I'm already engaged to her, and I'm ready to make her my wife. Alonso says, I am hers. If Prospero is your father, then I am her father. I'm also her father-in-law. Then he says, but oh, how oddly it will sound. Will it sound that I must ask my child forgiveness? Now he is feeling very awkward. He says that he remembers that, oh, but how awkward it is. How, how strange it is that I have to bow before her. I have to ask her for forgiveness. He suddenly remembers all that, all the wrongs that he had done, not just to Miranda, but also, not just to Prospero, but also to an infant, very small, 3 years old Miranda. Of course, Alonso remembered that Prospero had his daughter. Okay, so now he is guilty. Okay, that pricks him. Now how will it is very awkward for an old man to ask or to beg pardon or to ask for forgiveness from small children or from young people, okay, who have vast age difference. So here also it's the same thing. So how awkward it is to ask forgiveness from my own daughter, from my own child, now that she is going to be the daughter-in-law. Okay, and then she says, now, there, sir, stop. No, sir, you don't have to do that. Don't feel guilty. Stop it. Okay, but Let us not burden our remembrance with the heaviness that is gone. It says, let us not, let bygones be bygones, let past be past. Now everything is, now everything has settled. We have made amends. We have reconciled. The thing, many, let us not weary our minds. Let us not exhaust our minds. Okay, let us not heavy our hearts and our minds by thinking of our past deeds. Okay, let us have a new beginning. Let us have a new life. Okay, of course it is a new beginning because the two families are also reconciling, are coming together for a happy marriage, for a happily ever after. All right, this much for today. I will make the next video after we are done with the virtual online class. Okay, please stay tuned, watch it, try to understand, and every time I keep telling you, if there is any problem, please feel free to address it, be it through WhatsApp, phone calls, or through comments in the, you can just drop it in the comment section below. Okay, thank you and have a great day ahead. Thank you so much.